The Justin Robert Young program brought to you as always by PayJuryDaily.com. You want to support the show? You want to get your name read at the end of the show? Well, head on down there right now and go ahead and get your support pledged. You know, coming up to the end of the month, always an important time. We are so thrilled that this show continues to grow in its support, and we would love if you were certainly a part of that as well. So head on over there right now. It is PayJuryDaily.com. But enough of talking about how we support the show. Ooh, what do you say we just do the damn thing? Oh, hump day, y'all. Wednesday, November 28th, 2018. It's your old pal, Justin Robert Young. Yeah, baby. We got a hell of a show here for you. Got some great emails coming up. A reminder. Tell you what, we are light on high thoughts this week. Very light. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. It'll be a Christmas miracle if we get enough high thoughts. People are going to have to get really high tonight. Because I'm looking at this inbox. I see a very sparse amount of high thoughts. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe everybody got straight-laced. You never know. You never know. Here's a way that you can spend your time. It's playing a new game from the fine folks at Hasbro. Ladies and gentlemen, Monopoly for Millennials. I will read directly from the copy. This is from CNN.com. Adulting is hard when you're a millennial. Monopoly knows. So it came up with a game to give young folks a break from the rat race, where it's not all about the money. Hasbro, which manufactures the classic game, released the latest edition of Rich Uncle Pennybags Adventures, Monopoly for Millennials. Yes, it includes avocados. The game is jam-packed with millennial stereotypes. Not only is Pennybags standing in front of a vegan restaurant, but he's wearing blue Ray-Bans, earbuds, and carrying a coffee cup to go. The game tokens depict emojis, a camera, a bike, hashtags, and a sunglasses. Here is directly from the Hasbro PR release. Well, avocado toast is our fave. Ray-Bans are on fleek, and cameras, because pics or it didn't happen. The struggle is real for millennials, so we choose items that we felt were relatable but also made for fans of all ages. LOL. Nothing struck me to my core in that last paragraph, nor any of the paragraphs that I have read previous to that one. This is the sentence that leveled me this afternoon in a way that I was not fully prepared for. The game is priced $19.82. In reference to the first year of the millennial generation, though some contend it begins in 1981. Friends, Romans, countrymen, I was born in 1983. This has been a fight between my wife and I for many years. We have discussed it many times on this program. I am now being marketed to by Monopoly for millennials by them pricing the game at the tantalizing price of 1982. No! The year of my conception. The year that a young JuRY fetus made its debut in Gloria's womb. That's the year that they decide to create the price tag to commemorate this fucking monstrosity. Now. I'm kind of being a bit of a ham here. I don't think that there's that big of a problem here with it. It's Hasbro trying to make a buck, and they know fairly reliably that saying the word millennial is something that gets a rise out of everybody, right? Gets a rise out of. Oh, by the way, in Millennial Monopoly, the things that you collect are not deeds to properties. No. Because as they say in the copy, you can't afford property anyway. So why pretend that you're buying the boardwalk or park place? No. Instead, what you get is you traipse your way around the Monopoly board, move 4 for the hashtag, are experiences. From a staycation to a week-long yoga retreat. These are the experiences you collect and share with your friends for, of course, I guess, some kind of splitsies fee. I don't know if instead of rent, you're just collecting Venmo. They definitely still have cash in the game, which seems to be out of date for Monopoly for millennials. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know whether or not I'm upset about this or not. I'm kind of upset about it. I don't know why I get so worked up about this, but I kind of get so fucking worked up about this. I don't know. Captain Monk says, does it include crippling student loan debt? I don't know if that's what jail is in this game. Go directly to the balance on your Sally Mae account. Or maybe it's, a student loan consolidation error in your favor. Collect 200 Venmo credits. Whatever, they got monopolies for everything, right? They got monopolies for football teams. They got monopolies for any. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I be mad about this? Should I not be mad about this? Did this infuriate you? Are you indeed a bit of a millennial? Are you born after 1982? I just don't feel like I have a lot in common with the week-long yoga retreat folks, though. I will say this. I own fake Ray-Bans, and I oftentimes carry a coffee cup to go. Does that make... how is that generationally defining? As if people never carried coffee outside of the place where they had the coffee initially poured before 1982. How did that not happen? Did fucking millennials invent paper? I did go to a yoga retreat once, but it was literally against my will. I was told that there was a voluntary yoga retreat. And I said, okay, I volunteered to not go. I'd prefer to work. It was a free vacation to Mexico for a week. But you had to do yoga every day. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I'd prefer to not go. And then the CEO of the company sat me down and said, hey, it's really a bad look if you don't go. Could you go as a personal favor to me? And at that point, you're like, okay, well, I mean, what am I going to say? No to the CEO? I was already asked whether or not I wanted to go. I said no, and then I was told to think otherwise. I don't want to go. I don't want to be a millennial. I don't want to be a millennial. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's a chance card. You get triggered by a fucking Hasbro game. Take 4 steps back. Fuck! God damn it. They nailed me. Let's go ahead and get into the mail. JuRYDaily@gmail.com is where you can write to me on this very program. If you want to go ahead and write down in the comment section of the YouTube channel, you can do that as well. We got a few good ones there. We continue with our week-long investigation into the hardships of what people used to do for pornography in this Western culture. Because we now have a movement to try and get girls who charge for a premium Snapchat. That is, girls who will do personal pornography for you. Dare I say, in the millennial parlance, artisanal pornography for you. People are so upset about that they are reporting these women to the IRS to make sure whether or not they have filed their taxes correctly. Joe writes, if it helps, I'm over 40 years old, so I've come up with in the 20th and 21st century of porn. I had a creepy family member who carried an 8mm projector with reels in his cars, and at family gatherings would, after there'd been a lot of drinking, set it up in a back room. Older kids would huddle around the window from outside for a sneak peek of the grainy screen, watching sweaty, hairy people from the 1970s fuck. Joe, I have a lot of follow-up questions about this. Number one, when your creepy uncle showed up and decided to break out the reel-to-reel projector, who else was in the room, or was he alone? Was this all right, him and his brothers all get around and watch it? Was it, I guess, were there women involved? Was it the married couples all got together and watched reel-to-reel pornography? Or was it just him? Was this like his private iPad of moment where now he got to do it, although in the most noisy fucking way possible? Joe goes on to say, someday I'll write in about my first days in IT as a sysadmin, because this was the first time many employees had access to high-speed internet in the heady days of file-sharing software. The amount of porn downloaded to office computers, the number of CD burners requisitioned, and the number of virus infections because of bad porn hygiene was staggering. Electric Gears on YouTube writes, pornography used to be queuing up at 3 megabyte RM file for overnight dial-up download. If it helps, I'm 37. Frank on YouTube says, bearded cam girl would look awesome on your CV. Scale wanted to interrogate a little bit more about the thought audit itself. Again, that is this trend of people reporting women with private Snapchats to the IRS. He writes, you mentioned that the taxation is theft crowd were being inconsistent with your views. I'd argue that the feminist lefty type saying that these ladies don't have to pay their taxes are being equally inconsistent. According to them, aren't they supposed to be proud that their taxes are going to help economically disadvantaged, physically challenged inner-city orphans of color with learning disabilities? For me personally, I've got 2 bob each way. On one hand, for fuck's sake, ladies, pay your taxes. On the other hand, this thought audit thing is going against my firm no snitching policy. So, meh? I still don't get how they even have a job doing this. There is literally more free pornography on the internet than anyone could watch in a lifetime. Keep up the good work. Well, Scale, to answer your last question first, I think that that's why. Sure, water everywhere, but not a personal connection to be had with any of this pornography that we find on the internet. You know, it's, dare I say, passé. Somebody far away recording themselves having sex. I mean, geez. It's like a baby's toy. The new hotness is the personal connection, either live or something that you can respond to, something that you can affect, something that you can feel a visceral moment because of. Because you know that somewhere out there, imagine the American Tail song playing in the background, but there's a girl nailing herself with a butt plug. You know, that's why it is successful. That being said, yeah, I mean, look, I think everybody should pay their taxes. It's not a crime to be a nude model. You're allowed to be a nude model. I think there are certain rules about, sex work in various different places. Some places are smile upon it a little bit more than others. I don't think that we have necessarily hard, pun intended, legislation to get anybody in any kind of serious trouble. But if you're recording yourself, frigging yourself, and charging people to watch you on your Snapchat, live and let live. But ladies, like we said on Monday, pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. Write it all off. Always report. Always deduct. And finally, Stinky Pete the Pirate on YouTube wrote, do the birds get to explore the tree? My Christmas tree is settling. It's going to settle for another day. And then probably tomorrow night, we'll go ahead and trim the tree. Put all the decorations on it. The birds do, of course, they're allowed to explore the tree if they would like. They tend to be afraid of things that are new. So it might take a little bit for the birds to get used to the tree. There was one magical moment a couple years ago when Cooper Bird, we have 3 birds in our household. Dr. Bird, who is the youngest and the most precocious. He flies around. He lands on people's heads. He jumps on your fingers. He's a very people bird. And then we have 2 other ones, Milo and Cooper. Milo is the fat doctor. He looks like doctor, but he's fat. He is the hungriest of the 3. He is, really the silliest of the 3. And then we have Cooper. Cooper is the jaded gothic professor. He doesn't like people. He doesn't fly very well. He's definitely a crowd favorite. But one time, Cooper got so scared that he flew around the apartment and then landed in the tree. And forever, it has been a magical moment that we have celebrated, my wife and I. The day the Cooper landed in the tree. And a Cooper in a settled tree. I want to thank everybody who makes this show possible. All rise as the grand jury will now be seated. Calling now to the box, the Gen, PD Rave, Non-Specific Rock and Roll Martian, Joe Acosta, whoa! Redneck Tech and James. A reminder that we have JuRY buttons, the JuRY button set, a High Thoughts button, a Death to Mayo button available right now at stickersordIAF.com. Only $5. Only $5, these things. Folks, couldn't get any cheaper. Also, the Death to Mayo enamel pin available. Only $10. StickersordIAF.com. You can email this show, jurydaily@gmail.com, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, @justinryoung.com, and you can join our Discord at bit.ly/jurydiscord. Oh, friends, this is your old pal, Justin Robert Young, wishing you a pleasant evening mailbag and high thoughts if we get high thoughts emails tomorrow. Until then, please remember to give a round of applause for Mr. Wacky. And please don't.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.